I want to talk about the wrapper methods a little bit more because we started off by making a wrapper method for rectangles and then a type of polygon, but I didn't tell you there are two different ways to draw a rectangle. So actually right now, my picture looks like this, and every shape you see is filled in with a color, but you're not forced to draw a shape with filled in color. You could, instead of saying fill rect, say draw rect. So this is the difference. Now you see only rectangles that have an outline around them but are not filled in. I'd like you now to incorporate the ability to draw a fill rect or a draw rect based off of a new parameter in your parameter list for rectangle. So the easiest way to do that is to use a Boolean value. And after we set the color, we're going to check the Boolean value. If fill, we want the fill rect. Now, just to make my life a little bit easier, I'm going to copy and edit. So fill rect. Else, we'll do the draw rect. I left the color outside because it doesn't matter which way we're drawing the rectangle, we want to set the color first. So that doesn't have to be done in each part of our if structure. We can do it ahead of time. Now, of course, this does not compile because we've added a Boolean value to our parameter listing, but in our call, we don't have that Boolean value. So I could now type in, let's say, false here, and say true for this rectangle and maybe true for this one. So I have one outline of a rectangle and the rest of them are filled in. Okay, great, we've achieved it, but we can do better. True and false is not particularly understandable here. I think it makes more sense, and hopefully you agree, that we can just take a constant value, fill and no fill, to make it more meaningful rather than just true and false. Now we know this value here is telling us that we want this rectangle filled in. But of course, that's not going to work on its own. You need to define the fill and no fill values as global to your class because you're going to be using those values all over the place. Okay, I've done it on one line here, so I wouldn't have to bore you with my typing. And bang, it works. Okay, so static, a final for constant values, static, because there's only one copy of these stored, Boolean fill equals true, or no fill equals false. Okay, so you can get busy adding that to your triangle as well. And one thing I've done is finished my wrapper method for writing. Yay, we did it. So my wrapper method here just is all the information that I need in order to write on my screen. If you want to see how I did it, watch the next video. Okay, good luck. Your task, add fill, no fill to your rectangle and triangle and any other wrapper method shapes that you may have put together already, like ellipse. Okay.